New this morning, a North Dakota woman is dead following a sideswipe crash on I-94. State Highway Patrol says it happened in Stark County in western North Dakota when the road was covered with rain, sleet, and snow. Troopers say as one vehicle was passing another, they collided and spun out.
One of the drivers died when her car rolled into the ditch. The other car also hit the ditch, but then crossed both lanes of traffic and landed in the opposite ditch. There's no word on any injuries to that driver, and the Highway Patrol is not yet releasing the names of the people involved. The suspect in a deadly shooting spree in Atlanta is behind bars this morning after police say he killed 8 people at 3 different spas. This guy, 21-year-old Robert Long, was taken into custody without incident last night.
Police believe he's the guy who shot 3 people at one business and then another person across the street and 5 others at a third location. They say surveillance cameras appear to show him and his vehicle at the scene of the shootings. The Atlanta police chief says the victims of the shootings are women of Asian descent, but there's no motive yet in the case. Lawyers in the Derek Chauvin murder case are now arguing over whether to allow evidence from a 2019 arrest of George Floyd. Chauvin's attorney says the circumstances of the 2019 arrest are so similar to Floyd's arrest in 2020 that the jury should hear about them.
But a prosecutor says the defense just wants to smear Floyd by hammering his drug use before the jury, and that the only thing relevant to Floyd's death is how he was treated by officers. The judge is expected to rule on the 2019 case evidence tomorrow. Now, Chauvin is the former Minneapolis police officer accused of killing Floyd by holding his knee on Floyd's neck. The meat lab at NDSU is under fire for allegedly botching the treatment of a cow during slaughter. According to the USDA, a cow was slaughtered inhumanely on February 22nd. The report says that morning inspection program employees saw another employee attempt to stun a cow and that he tried it 3 times.
An interim plant manager had to step in to finish the job on the 5th attempt. The USDA says it was an egregious violation of the humane handling requirements.
And PETA is now asking the Cass County State's Attorney to review the violation and file any appropriate state criminal charges against the facility and the worker responsible in order to seek some small measure of justice for this animal.
We reached out to NDSU about this incident, but have not yet heard back. A Barnes County man is in the hospital after a freak accident near Valley City. The father of 23-year-old Garrett McFadden says his son was unloading portable livestock corral panels from a flatbed trailer when the load flipped and landed directly on top of Garrett's midsection.
That happened on Sunday. He was able to free himself, but has a broken back, fractured vertebrae in his neck, broken ribs, and several other injuries. His dad, Jim, sent us this video of an air ambulance arriving on the scene. Now, Jim says that his son Garrett is in bad shape and will have extensive surgery in the coming days. A GoFundMe has now been set up, or a fund rather, has been set up for the family. That's at Bank Forward in Valley City.
It's kind of a gloomy start to our St. Patrick's Day. When will we see some sunshine? Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good morning. We've got some improvement ahead today after what's been kind of a gloomy stretch here, and this morning is no exception. Mostly cloudy skies. This is a live view on our Luther Family Ford Skycam as traffic is picking up this morning. You can see it's kind of murky here in our shot as we're looking toward 32nd Avenue South and I-29 in the distance there. So starting off with these kind of conditions and temperatures that are below freezing, and that means that we could have some areas of frost or ice on some of the roadways and some slick spots you'll want to watch out for. Here's a look at those numbers. It's 30 degrees in Fargo and in Grand Forks, just barely below freezing. So we're going to work on warming things up here today. And we've got some visibility reports coming in that are pretty low in spots. Langdon at 1.25 miles. We're at 3 miles in Valley City and Wapaton, a sign that we've got some decent moisture going on, perhaps even some flaky activity happening here too. We've got some flurries out there this morning, including in the Grand Forks area and in other pockets in the valley as well. So more of the same to start today, but we've got some gold or sunshine at the end of the day today. Here we're looking at conditions that are going to be improving. So by the afternoon, we will be seeing more partly cloudy skies, and it'll take its time for places in the east. Of course, we often see our clouds clear from west to east, and that will be happening through the day today, and we'll get some decreasing clouds and increasing sunshine, and temperatures as a result we'll start to warm up into the low to some mid 40s. So some happy leprechauns out there to see that sun, I'm sure, when we're getting out of school and out of work here this afternoon and evening. And that sun sticks around for the rest of the week. Temperatures will be in the 40s to some low 50s Thursday and into Friday. Breezy conditions pick up Saturday for the spring equinox. We'll have temperatures rising back up to near 60. That'll be the warmest day of the stretch. And then for Sunday, some spring showers possible for the second part of the day, and more chances at rain next week. The models have been kind of wishy-washy on timing, but essentially still looking at the potential for some rain showers to start next week as well. So a little bit of everything here in the forecast, and we finally get to see some sunshine starting later today.
Sunshine in the forecast. 50s are coming back. I'm liking everything, even the rain. We need that too. Thank you, Lisa.
It is now 6:54. A Minnesota lawmaker is pitching the idea of smart cameras on school buses to help keep kids safe. He says too many drivers blow past buses, and it's just hard to track those drivers down. Right now, if you're caught in the act, there is a $500 fine, but catching that person doesn't happen a lot.
A camera system would help find the drivers based on license plates and time of day. The bill would also send part of the fine to the school district where the violation took place to help pay for smart camera service subscriptions. A woman is facing charges after a chase that police say reached speeds of 120 miles per hour through 2 counties on I-29. The Highway Patrol says the trooper pulled over Madison Freeman for speeding near Thompson, but as he was walking up to her vehicle, she sped away.
The troopers say she went through a median going northbound and then again going southbound. Now they finally stopped the car using a pit maneuver. In our schemes and ripoffs this morning, tax season during a pandemic is now opening the doors for scammers. The cybersecurity company McAfee says 63% of Americans are filing their taxes online this year. 12% are doing it for the first time.
Stimulus checks are posing another opportunity for scammers to take advantage of the unsuspecting.
With so many folks getting them and maybe desperately awaiting these, they're maybe not paying as close attention as they can and should be, but the con artists are paying attention.
Beware of scams hidden in text messages, phone calls, or even letters. They're trying to get sensitive information like usernames, passwords, credit card details, or even photos of driver's licenses. A district GOP party official is taking the place of a North Dakota lawmaker who was expelled by colleagues. Dory Hawk was sworn in yesterday.
She is filling the seat of Luke Simons of Dickinson, who became the first lawmaker in state history to be expelled from the legislature. Hawk says that she is looking forward to and excited for the new responsibility. Meanwhile, Minnesota Senate Republicans say they have a plan for a 2-year budget that does not include any tax increases.
They say it's designed to help balance the state's budget after Democratic Governor Tim Walz announced a proposal in late January that includes tax hikes on the wealthiest Minnesotans and large companies. The GOP idea comes out to around $51.9 billion and features $591 million in tax relief on Paycheck Protection Program loans and tax elimination for unemployment benefits.
Other measures include a 5% cut to government administrative costs, $100 million for unemployment due to the pandemic, and $40 million in broadband, among other things. The budget targets do not factor in aid headed to the state from the federal stimulus package recently signed by President Joe Biden. That's expected to bring in about $2.6 billion. Clay County Public Health is now offering the COVID vaccine to more essential workers this week.
This is the Phase 1B Tier 3 group. It includes workers in the manufacturing plants, gas stations, postal workers, food service, and grocery store employees. North Dakota lawmakers are considering making sports betting legal. More states are jumping at the opportunity after a U.S. Supreme Court case essentially greenlit the move by striking down a federal ban on the practice.
Some states only offer in-person betting, while others offer mobile and online options. North Dakota's bill would offer both. NDSU and UND are gearing up for another gridiron battle this weekend, and state lawmakers are looking into the symbol of it all. The Nickel Trophy is required to be permanently displayed at the Heritage Center in Bismarck, and it's the only item in the Historical Society's collection required to be so.
But a new bill would remove that requirement for it to be on display. If the bill becomes law, it would allow the trophy to be loaned outside of the Heritage Center. It's been a big deal for a lot of years, that Nickel Trophy. Don't forget, we're talking about UND NDSU because the game is on Saturday. UND is coming on down to the Dome for the big rally in the Valley. The Fighting Hawks and Bison will take on each other Saturday inside the Fargo Dome.
The pregame show, it will start at 1:30. Kickoff is set for 2:30. Again, you can catch all of that right here on your Bison Network, KVLY, our own team putting on that pregame show. Again, 1:30 kickoff at 2:30 this year. Or on this Saturday, I should say. Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Our question today is, according to a study, 41 is the average age when you're too old to be doing this.
I completely disagree with the answer to today's question. The answer is dancing in public. Our producer is also saying she objects to this. I think there's no age limit on dancing in public.
I don't think there's an age limit to a lot of. I object to nearly all of the guesses that we had today on all of this stuff. Who cares? Just a number. Do what you want to make you happy.
I agree. It makes me want to dance right now. Just like that dancing leprechaun on Lisa Green's forecast. Remember, the Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. We have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather for you right now on the Fargo CW.
Have a happy St. Patrick's Day.